Well, hello everyone. This is my first live. Actually, I did do a live a while ago, and I did do a live a while ago, and I had it all worked out. I actually had a different computer at the time. So now this is my first live video after a while. I wanted to come on board and see. I do have another camera here, and just let me get myself together, you guys, because I hope I'm broadcasting first and foremost. That's the first thing. But the second thing says it's waiting for me to go live, which I feel like I'm already live. So I'm just waiting for the live to catch up with the stream. Anyway, welcome to my channel. This is Jacqueline with JW Van Minimal. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that I have a channel first and foremost. Those of you who are here know that I have a channel, but also that I'm going to be making a couple of changes with my channel. Now, if you see me looking over this way, I'm just trying to find out why my live isn't actually broadcasting. I do have it showing up for myself on my computer, but I don't have it streaming at, well, let me just go backwards a little bit and go into my channel here. On a different channel and make sure that I might be streaming and don't know it. So let me just go in. Yep. Oh, you know, when did this happen? Thrifting for sustainability. When did this happen? Thrifting for sustainability. Okay, I see. I got it. Thank you guys for waiting for me. All right, this is awesome. So now I'm going to get back to what it is I'm supposed to be doing. Now, the first thing that happened to me was me figuring out actually how to go live. I'd forgotten. I've done this once a long time ago, and I've forgotten how to go live. Isn't that something? So I'm sitting here 10 minutes before showtime, figuring out how in the heck, because the first time I went live, I was on a different computer, and I've been on Facebook Live many, many times. I haven't done it in a while, but it was many times. And then this time I set up to go live on YouTube, and I set it up on the computer and everything, but I didn't figure out how to go live from this particular computer. So when I was trying to stream live, what happened was I have like these prompts over here. One said stream live. I tried that. It didn't work. Then I put it on something else. I don't remember what it was. And then I remembered that I was supposed to go live with my camera on my computer. Okay, so I did that. And then the next thing was when I was going through my settings, it said that I cannot stream comments. Now, my goal here was that I wanted people to comment on my live, particularly when I start going through what I am going to be talking about today, that I could stream live and have a conversation with you. Now, part of the challenge with that is I can't really see what you guys are saying. So I do have a second device here. I have my cell phone. Let me grab it and turn it around and see if I can see any. Nope, I don't see it on my cell phone. So I'm going to leave that there so I can see what's happening. But that was the other thing. The other issue is, I know you can hear me because it came up on my cell phone earlier. So let me get down to why I decided to do a live today. First of all, as mentioned, I think I did a live way in the beginning when I first started this channel. YouTube was kind of cool. They let people do whatever they want. They didn't have all of these rules. So some of the things changed. I didn't realize that, but I said, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to go live, whatever. Because when I first started my channel, when I looked back, it was in 2018. That seems like a long time to have a channel, but I really wanted to try my channel, and I didn't want to get too engaged in the channel. It's a traditional vlog, JW Van Minimal. But what I was going to vlog about was the fact that I was going to buy a van, and I was going to live in that van for about a year and travel across the country talking about sustainability issues, the environment, recycling, water conservation, plastic reduction, waste reduction, housing issues, you know, the full range of things that has to do with sustainability, and how I was going to sustain my living. And this was all weird, you know, I think, was I was going to flip things like via like vintage items, find maybe some antiques and some vintage and earn a couple bucks that way. I do write and I do some things. So I would have been able to earn a little bit of money on the road, but the goal was that I would be flipping things as I went along, shopping at different resale stores, thrift stores, and finding things, flipping them, talking about how we upcycle, recycle things that's already out there instead of us being consumers, buying everything new and then it only lasts a little while and we're throwing it away. So I had like a whole list of things that my channel was going to be about, right? So then I never bought a van. In fact, my car broke down. I was without a vehicle. You know, it was just a hot mess with what was going on. And I actually couldn't find the type of van I wanted. You know, when I did get back in the market and look for a vehicle, I couldn't find a van that I wanted. I didn't have a ton of money. I have a strict budget and I really wanted a van that I can stand up in. One of the things I could not give up with this whole van thing was to not be able to stand, because I already had back issues. And I think being crammed into a small vehicle as opposed to like an apartment would have been that. The other reason the name of my channel is JW Van Minnen, well, first of all, my name is Jacqueline. But the second thing had to do with me moving into like a minimalist lifestyle. Now, that's a transition. That takes time. About 3 years ago, I lived in a 1,000 square foot apartment. Now I live in a 400 square foot apartment. So my goal was to go from a 400 plus square foot apartment to a tiny minivan. Now, I have to really minimize to do that. That is like some real brain teaser thinking stuff that you have to do when you are doing something like that. So I couldn't get the van. I'm still going through my minimalist stage, like minimalism, really like purging as I go. Don't buy anything unless I get rid of 2 things. Try not to purchase things that I don't need. You know, all of us, in my opinion, we've just become a consumer driven society. And all of the things we buy have to go somewhere when we don't want it anymore. It goes into the landfill, basically. I think about all of the cell phones we switch off every year, the vehicles we change every year, the clothing we buy every single whenever. We're always buying clothing, just the knickknacks and the, you know, all of that stuff. And I do have to tell a quick story. I started this journey a while ago. I didn't like put it into concept about reducing waste and things like that. I used to work at this organization and we were talking about the environment. This was maybe 8 years ago, around 2005 or 6. So that was more than 8 years ago. And we were doing a focus group, and this elderly gentleman, this elderly African-American gentleman stood up, and a lot of people thought he was like nuts. Like, he stood up and he said, "Do you know the best way to find out how you are being wasteful and you are being it was something about the environment. I can't, you know, it was a long time ago." And he said, "Just check your garbage, and that will tell you how you are doing with the environment." I never knew what that meant. And now, as I, 10, whatever long ago that was, 12 years later, I understand. Because now I look at my garbage and I see what I'm throwing out and I see the packaging that's going in there and I see how many times I have to actually change my garbage pail. I think my garbage can is 11, it's less than 11, maybe it's 8-gallon, whatever. But if I'm throwing out trash every day or every other day and not paying attention to what that is, I think we have to take a look at that. So all of those things started to come into my head. And I know that I personally feel like I want and need to simplify. I want to be free. I don't want things hanging around my neck that I have to like haul around. I used to have a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was collectibles. I had a book collection you wouldn't believe. It was just like things. Now, if I have books, I want to be able to actually read those books. I had books I couldn't read, I hadn't read, you know, they were just there. Like, one of these days, I'm going to read these books. It was a humongous book collection. Now, I do have a lot of books that I don't need right now, but I'm purging. I'm slowly figuring out if I'm going to sell those books. Am I going to donate them to the little book things that they have in the community these days? Am I going to give them to a school or daycare center? So I have a process of what I'm going to do with my wares. But I also know that I have to make money, and I also know that I have a passion for things. And part of my passion has to do with vintage and vintage items and artifacts and antiques. I don't come across a lot of antiques, like the real deal antiques. I don't come across a lot of those. I'm always on the lookout for them, but I don't come across a lot of them. But what I do come across a lot of is vintage items, and it could be a whole range of things. So many years ago, I started, when Facebook put out their marketplace, I started either getting rid of some of the items I had, and I've always bought vintage furniture. So I would get rid of vintage furniture that I already had, or I bought something that wasn't vintage and I actually didn't want it anymore. You know, the whole consumer thing, right? So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I just started like selling things that wasn't any use to me, or I felt like, not that the quality wasn't good. I tried to buy quality pieces, but it just was modern and it had that feel to it that wasn't appealing to me. So I do like vintage furniture, and I actually like vintage things. So I'm slowly transitioning out of certain things that I want to replace with vintage items that I actually use. Now, I've always thrifted also. So what I have been transitioning into, besides just selling on Facebook Marketplace, is to start selling some of the items I have collected over the past 3 or 4 years from thrift stores, and a whole wide range of them. So I don't have to mention anyone in particular, because when I find them, I utilize them. I used to live upstairs. The last apartment I had, the 1,000 square feet apartment, I used to live above a vintage shop. I think I really fell in love with vintage when I lived above a vintage shop, and the name of it was Deja Vu. And I don't think it's affiliated with there's like a whole franchise of Deja Vus. I'm not 100% sure about that, but this was Deja Vu, was owned by a woman. You know, I think she was just an independent person. It wasn't affiliated with any other Deja Vu, but I bought lots of stuff from her, and some of the stuff I flipped and some of the stuff I kept. I still have a few things from there that I might eventually flip. I have some beautiful Culver gold glasses that I've had for, well, actually a friend of mine bought them for my birthday. I was admiring them one day, and then she surprised me with them. This was a long time ago. I still have them, and I've never drank from those glasses. So that's what I'm talking about. So if I'm not using them, then I may as well get rid of them. Now, the glasses, I'm not sure about. I have 7 of them. I might keep 1 for posterity and sell the other 6, but it's that kind of thing that I'm transitioning to. So for the past couple of days, if you were watching my my video yesterday and the day before, I went thrifting. Now, I thrift maybe a couple of times a week, and for the most part, I go to the traditional thrift stores, but sometimes I've been finding other places to thrift at. Now, I do go to the Restore. You guys know these places, the Habitat Restore. I go there, and I'm always just looking. I'm not going in for anything particular when I go thrifting. Of course, we go to traditional Goodwill. I just started going to Salvation Army. I totally forgot about them. I couldn't find one in my neighborhood, where they're all over the place, but I just couldn't find them. There's another place called Super Thrift. And then the videos you saw previously, the day yesterday and the day before, had to do with the fact that I was shopping at it was a spontaneous shop. I went to a place called Bargain Center. I had been there before, but it was a while ago. It was before the whole COVID thing. And they had some pretty decent stuff. So I'm going to talk about what I got from there today. And I went to a place called Super Thrift. It's connected to a nonprofit organization called Teen Challenge that help young people who are having challenges in their life. It's religious, it's a faith-based organization that help teens. So they have a thrift store. There was another organization that dealt with like youth that was either having challenges or homeless. I haven't been to their store in a while. They moved to another location, and I didn't buy anything when I went there because they have a lot of big ticket items like furniture, and they do have clothing, but they have lots of furniture. So I technically don't need any furniture, but what I'm going to tell you about in a couple minutes. And then, so I go there. Of course, I go to Goodwill, I go to Salvation Army. So I try to find places to go, but the most traditional places is where I end up, and I'm going to talk about that. So for the past, my past couple of videos that you may have seen, I did go to Super Thrift. I went to Bargain Center, and I went to Goodwill. Now I have been going to Goodwill for the past few days because I'm actually looking for a pedestal, not a desk, but something, not a table. I need a pedestal to put things on that I can build an altar from. And I've been going to the Restore where I should have bought this pedestal that would have been perfect, but I was being cheap that day. I think it was $15, and I was like, I'm not paying to $15. Then I went to IKEA several times. They had some pedestals that looked interesting. They were around $15, but I was such a cheapskate. I'm like, well, I think I can find something at the Goodwill or the Salvation Army for like $5 because this thing is going to be in my cloffice, and I'll tell you about my cloffice in a hot second. But it has to be a certain size. It can only be 25 inches wide, and no more than 20 or so inches deep or width and all of that. The height has to be also strategic, and I do want it to be at least table height, but I prefer higher because my goal was to have several things on it. I was going to use it to extend my office space, which is a cloffice, but I decided to use it as an altar space. So that's what I've been looking for, and that's why I've been going to these stores actually for the past few days. Now, let's get to where I'm located right now in my house. I have I have a studio apartment. It's a 400 square feet. It's kind of large for a studio, and it's shaped in a way that, you can configure it in different ways. But, and it's big enough that I can like set off a space to have an office in it. But I wanted to have an office that was separated from other things. So because I am minimizing or moving towards minimalism, I don't have a ton of clothes. I have more than I need still. I have 2 step-in closets. They are both 6 feet by like 3 feet. And I have more than enough room like for clothing items because my clothing needs are very compact, and I'm hoping actually to reduce it even further. I do have several pairs of shoes, and I always try to pride myself on the fact that I'm not materialistic and stuff like that, but I actually enjoy shoes. Not that I wear them all the time, but that's the other thing. I want to be able to buy shoes that I actually wear. That means I need to cut down on my shoes as well. Like I have 3 pairs of like tennis, walking, sporty shoes, and I keep my shoes a long time. So if I add a pair of sneakers to my shoe collection, I probably already have 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, and they haven't been worn out because I have enough shoes that I can switch off, and I'm not like that athletic where I'm wearing down shoes. So I have to work on that. That is part of my minimalist journey and part of why I started this channel. So to get back to where I am sitting in a step-in closet. And this closet, as I mentioned, is 3 feet by 6 feet. It's wide enough that I have this desk. I can't show it to you, but it's a desk I've had for over, I don't know, 25 years. It's solid wood. This woman, I don't know where she came from. A job I used to have, like I used to come across a lot of people, and a lot of these were people that lived in like mansions or whatever. And for some reason, I don't know why we were in conversation or how I knew her or whatever was going on. I don't even know why I went to some of these people's houses. But I did a lot of work in the community, and I can't recall. But she said, you know, I have these desks that belong to my son, and they're grown-ups, and would you like them? And I'm saying them because 2 people gave me 2 desks at 2 separate times. I don't remember who they were. So I have a drop leaf desk, and it's not an antique, by the way. It probably was built in the 70s or something like that. But it's perfect because if you lift it up, it hides all of your stuff. And I decided when I measured my closet that this desk would fit in there. So my computer is sitting on a drop leaf desk, and this is now my office. And it's, as you can see, this is the wall. It's 3 feet. This is the width of the closet, and I have my map. I have some office. You can't see it, but it's like a hanging thing where you put files. Right behind me is, I'm squeezed in very tight, you guys, but right behind me is a printer and some items I'll be showing you. And then I just have a mirror up there that you can see behind me. This mirror, it was some craft project I did. And then I have another flashlight in case I don't want to turn this light on. I'm squeezed in here. Now, this will be a perfect place for me to have an office, for me to do like stuff on the computer. Today, I'm using it to do my thrift haul. So welcome again to my channel. As I do this thrift haul, I went to, again, the bargain center, and I stopped in there on a whim. I went to the Super Thrift, and then I went to Goodwill. I did not show any of the footage from Goodwill. I don't know if I was excited or tired, but I forgot. When I got into Goodwill, I just started looking because I'm looking for this pedestal. That was the first thing on my mind. I never take a shopping cart when I go into Goodwill because, believe me, it's not good. I come out with all kinds of stuff. Remember, I've been collecting for about 3 years. So I have enough inventory for any shop or, you know, eBay shop or Bonanza shop or whatever. And I'm not going to be doing any live sales until I get some experience under my belt, but I just wanted to show you guys what I picked up. Now, some of these things will be honorable mentions where I picked them up maybe at Goodwill, not yesterday, or the Restore, not yesterday, but maybe a day earlier or a couple of days earlier. And I still had them in the bags. So while I was unpacking this stuff, and it's still in boxes, some are unpacked, I decided to just show them because I just brought them out of the bags, right? So here we go. And again, thank you for joining me. My name is Jacqueline J.W. Van Minimal. Please subscribe to my channel. I don't know how many of you are watching because I thought I'd do this more like an experiment to see how it works out. But the other problem that happened, and sorry to jump all over the place, the other thing that happened was I couldn't figure out how to enable, what do you call it? The talking part, comments. I don't mind people commenting on my channel. And if it's a live stream, I totally want you to comment, but I'm not able to see anything because of the way my computer is set up. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm going to be grateful and thank that I'm actually even able to do this live because I know it's on because I'm watching it on a different phone that I have. I have my cell phone right above me here and I can see what's going on. So here we go. All right. I am so happy and excited about some of the things I picked up, even though I was not supposed to shop for anything else. I stopped at this little shop, and it's in my video that I did a couple of days ago called the Bargain Center. This little place is, I think they get a lot of church donations, or they're affiliated with the church. And they have a ton of things, and their prices are always priced right. They don't always have a lot of vintage, like authentic vintage things, but they always have a lot of cute stuff. So you'll see some of that in my video. And I'm going to go back there and do a couple other like thrift with me videos, but I really don't plan on buying anything else. And that's the truth, unless it's something special. So when I went to the store, and I'll just get started, I found this little thing here, and I'm going to try to, the lighting is special. I have these little lamps set up, but this, as I was taking it to the register, I don't know if you could see that very well. They are so awesome. They're cute. So I saw these little doohickeys here for 50 cents each. I got 2 of them, these doohickeys. And when I took them to the counter, a woman was telling me, she was like, oh, those are so awesome. Those vases are so awesome. And I thought, when I picked them up, for me, I thought they were shot glasses of some sort. And she said, wait a minute, maybe they are shot glasses. Whatever they are, I like them. Here they are. And I think they're adorable. Now, if you can't see the lighting very well, this is amber. And I just have some affinity to amber. And again, I'm sorry for the lighting. I have these little lamps put all over the place so I can get a good view. So that was what I found there. And you guys saw me put those away and say I was going to get them. The other thing I found was these gorgeous beauties. And there was 2 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. The little vase shot glass thingies, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to sell them somewhere somehow. I don't need them. I just thought they were so awesome and unique that I wanted to get them. Here is the other thing. Let me see if I can pull it back some. This is how big these things are, you guys. They are flutes. I'm not a drinker, so I don't know the name of different types of glasses, but look at that beat. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then they have these bubbles. They are not controlled. At least they look like they're just random. I just thought it was beautiful, though. Look at that. And they're made in Poland, if you can see that. I thought they were just very pretty. I like them. They're awesome. So I got those, and I couldn't pass them up. So I got that from the Bargain Center. Put that there. You guys, if you could see my setup, y'all would be like, girl, you are going to break something and you are nuts. The other thing I got, okay, remember when I said I'm trying to transition into getting things that last and that I can use? So when I went over to the spoons section where they had silverware, I don't know if you can see these, and believe me, they look so silver and gorgeous in the lighting. Thank goodness for great lighting. Well, I bought 8 silver teaspoons. I didn't see any tablespoons, and I didn't see any forks. But believe you me, I'm going to keep going back there to look for forks and tablespoons. But I got 8 of these silver spoons that I plan to keep. 4 of them. I'm going to sell 4 of them. Remember, I'm trying to buy things and use and get things that I can actually use. Now, of course, I have silverware in my house, but all of the ones that I have currently, even though they were decent silverware, I bought them way back in the day in the 80s. I bought this very, very, very expensive china set. And I think my brother-in-law was selling them. He was a young man, probably 18, 19 years old, in one of those companies that sell overpriced, well-made, but overpriced china. And part of that china set, I also bought some very expensive flatware, and it sort of matched my expensive china, but not really. Like, it didn't come as a set, but it kind of matched it. And over the years, which was over 20 years ago, I had those They're kind of worn out. You know, like I said, they weren't silver. They weren't anything super special. They were just expensive and part of this match. So I'm going to get rid of those and start replacing it with silverware, like real silver. So I have to find, and I did used to have silver forks. I think I sold them. I used to have silverware, and it was probably silver plated. Of course, these are silver plated by, I can't read it now. I need my magnifying glass, by the way. But they were so cute. I really couldn't pass them up. So I'm going to get rid of the current teaspoons I have, like donate them or give them to like a shelter or something. And then I'm going to keep 4 and get rid of 4. Okay, so that's that. The other thing I bought at the bargain center was this. Let's see if my lighting, there you go. Can you see that Japan thingy? Okay, this is a Puerto Rico. It says Puerto Rico on it. If you can see, I'm sorry. You know, when I usually videotape things, I don't know what type of camera or video you need to use where it's not showing things backwards. But it says Puerto Rico on it. But this is the scenery. I've been to Puerto Rico. My kid's dad is from Puerto Rico. So I have an affinity for the island of Puerto Rico. And this beautiful mug, again, from Japan. I don't know how old it is because when I picked this up, I picked it up because I liked it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like if I'm going to try to sell it or I'm going to keep it and use it. Because when I buy something to keep, I plan to use it. Okay. So again, I'm going to keep saying that. So I just have the silver spoon sitting in there. And I got that. And what else did I get from the bargain center? It was only a few things. Oh, I'm lying. It was a few things, but they were big things. So they're on the side of me. So I have to maneuver myself a little bit, you guys. So I realized what I bought was in a box. So these smaller items was in the box, but they were wrapped up and I wanted to keep them protected. So I took them out of the box. The next thing I bought was this baby here. It's a canister, huge. And I'm not one into birds and all of that stuff. I bought this because it's something I can use. It's the size I need. I'm either going to put sugar or flour or something in it. And it was something that I wanted to have so I can stop using like plastic or keeping like when I buy flour, the bags are just sitting in my cupboards or rice or things like that. I don't want to keep them in plastic. When I get them, I want to store them in a proper container. But the other reason I bought this big sucker, and I'll show you the bottom later because I didn't even look at it, was, let's see if the lighting catch this price. It was originally $3.50, which was not a bad price for something like this. It was $3.50, but it was on sale for $1. Now, who can pass up a quality piece like this for $1? And I hemmed and hawed about it because I was thinking like, okay, it doesn't match anything I have. It's just doesn't fit in with my decor because it does have this little painting or whatever it is on it. I'm not into kind of that kind of stuff, the nature stuff, but it's so well made and it's actually beautiful. And it comes from Tone World Hotman Brothers. It is made in China and it's from 2002. But again, this is an item I'm going to be using. I'm going to put my rice in it or I'm going to put my beans in it or something like that. So this came from Bargain World and I will speed this up. We'll probably go on for about an hour, you guys. What else? I'm trying to separate the things I bought from Goodwill and the things I bought from Bargain World, from the Bargain Center, because some of the stuff I kind of intermingled because I wanted to be able to grab it easily. I have all this stuff around me outside of my closet step out or whatever you want to call it. So the next thing I bought from the Bargain Center, and again, these are for me to keep because I'm going to use them because I need them. And I've been looking, when I went shopping, I did look for canisters or canister type sets. These are beautiful canisters. They're that metal. They are made in Poland by Emalia. And it says, do not microwave, dishwasher safe for stove tops and oven use. But let me see if I can turn it and get it out of the light. You see that? Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. This is probably a quart and a half, maybe. But I'm going to use it because I'm going to store, again, rice or beans or, you know, when I'm doing my pantry items, this is going to be stored in my pantry items. So it was this one, and I paid $3, which is a lot for me. But since I'm keeping it and I'm going to be using it, I felt like I could pay for that. And then its companion. Isn't that just lovely? This is its companion. Wait a minute, I just got screwed because that little one was $3 and this one is $2. How did that happen? Yep, I sure did. But this giant baby, now this is at least a couple of quarts, at least. I have to, wait a minute, they're from different places. Hold on, guys. Let me get myself together here. So it has some sticker on it that has Europe on it, and it says $17.99. Okay, it's the same group, made in Poland, but it does have a European type sticker on it. Let me see if I can show it to you. And it is backwards because I'm on my computer, but it's made in Poland by the same person. But it's just got all of this detail on it that I thought was really cool. And then this design, get it out of the light. I thought these were cool. So I bought, you know, my rice when I doing my meal planning, which is the other thing I'm working on. I'll put my beans, I'll put my rice, I'll put my couscous, I'll put my quinoa. All of those things are going to go into some kind of container. So I go to the store and buy it loose. And, you know, you put it in like a plastic bag, which I'm really trying not to do plastic either. But how else are you going to carry it? Maybe I'll take paper bags or have the paper bags. But I'm going to put it in a vessel that's disposable and then bring it home and put it in something like this. So that was the goal. That's why I purchased that. So that meant I had three canisters, and altogether it was like $6, and I really needed those, so I'm very happy that I bought them. And then that was all I got from the bargain center. So I got these two fluted, I guess they're called fluted glasses. Let me put it gently over there. I got these cool glass here, or vases, whatever they are. I got the spoons, and I got this beautiful Puerto Rican mug, which again, that's probably a keeper on my end for me to use for something. I haven't decided yet, because when it's stuff that's decorative with paint on it, I don't feel weird about drinking out of them. I think it's fine though. It's, you know, it's vintage. It's a vintage piece. All right. When I went to the other place, which I showed you guys, there was the Super Thrifted had the Wedgwood plates on, and they had other things. I've bought stuff from there before. I haven't bought a lot of stuff from there just because it's more, it's not vintage, it's older things, but it's not anything that I like, or a few things I like, but stuff I don't need, nor do I buy. And I don't think they're good for like resale or anything like that. So I didn't buy much from that place. I actually went to 2 Goodwills. Now, I'll show all the things I got from Goodwill, but I also have a couple of what I'm calling honorable mentions. I went to a Goodwill previous to yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, and I bought some things from there, and I just wanted to show them because I just thought they were very cute, and they were still in the bag, unfortunately. So I decided that I would show them to you. One is, I absolutely love vessels. I'm calling them vessels because they could be trinket boxes, cigar boxes, anything that can hold other things. And I also like cute, very different types of purses. One day I'll show you the purses I have. There's a couple of really artsy, cool artsy ones, and some are just basic. So, but this little purse, let me see if I can do it with the lighting. Now, this is I think it's more of a trinket box. It's not a purse that you would carry around, though. It's porcelain or ceramic, or it's that style. And I'm sorry you can't see this very well, but I just thought it was so cute. So it's a little purse. It's a trinket box, or it's a trinket purse. You can open it up and put things in it. See that? I wish the lighting was better. I'll be working on my lighting because I have that ring light I have to deal with. But here it is. I thought that was so neat. So I have this hanging with a couple of other cute artsy purses. And one day, like I said, I'll do a purse haul of different types of purses and bags that I bought and collected. And I really need to get rid of them. Some of them I like to use for myself, but where do I go where I use purses all the time? I have the same freaking purse that I use every day. And if I'm switching up, it means I have to take all of my crap out of that one purse and put it in another purse. So unless I'm going out somewhere very special, which is a few times a year, I have a couple of purses for that, but I have bought this whole cadre of purses that I thought were cute. Oh, you can go out with them. But in reality, it's not efficient. I only need maybe 3 purses, everyday purse, a sort of going out type purse, and then sort of a purse that you can use for casual to carry things in. So anyway, you can't carry anything in this. It's just a cute things to put on your vanity or dresser. But when I went to the Goodwill, the day before yesterday, or whenever I make the videos where I did not show Goodwill, I found this little baby. Now, again, the lighting, it's porcelain. It's nothing like, I'm sure it's vintage, but it's nothing like special. Like there are no special markings on it. I just thought it was adorable. And it opens up like the other one. It's like a little porcelain bag, more of a trinket box thing. So I might pull these back out when I do my vessels haul, where I show, again, cigarette boxes and trinket boxes and things like that. But that's this beautiful little doodad here. And if you see any spots or anything on it, that's really just paper. I have to clean it. I just pulled this literally out of the bag when I got ready for this particular live. The next thing is from the Goodwill. These may have come from like not yesterday or the day before, but earlier. Now, this is nothing special that you would be interested in or I would be selling, but it's a little noisemaker. I forgot. Is this called the Caraca? I don't remember. You guys know what this is. And please comment. I'm going to see if I can enable. I'm looking at my other video, but I'm going to see if I can enable my comments because I have no idea who's watching. And if you are watching, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Jacqueline, JW at Minimal. I cannot tell who's watching me. I know that I have 1 thumbs up and I can't tell anyone else that's watching me because I'm streaming live and I'm on my computer. I don't know how that works, you guys. I just know that I can do it. So I got this noisemaker. I'm keeping it because when we start back to getting into public events and being able to be around people, boy, I can't wait. Even though I'm an introvert and I pretty much like being alone, like I can live with myself. I'll put it that way. I can live with myself. And I'm an introvert. I can, do people and I cannot do people. That's all right with me. But on this whole lockdown situation, I actually love people and I love people's energy and I miss it. I'm a public speaker. I do a lot of events in the public. That's why I'm saying like I can do people when I need to do people. And this is a noisemaker and it might irritate people, but when I go somewhere where it calls for us to clap or snap or give some kind of applause of some sort, I had this thing. I thought it was very cute. I'm keeping this. And I actually bought another noisemaker. I'll show it one day when I do another haul, because believe me, I have so much stuff to haul to show you guys. It's a little thing. It looks like a drum. It's got a little ball on it. And it's on a stick like this, and you flip it around and it makes little noises. And I thought I'd use either one of those irritating musical instruments to when I get in public and have to clap or show appreciation or something. So I wanted to show that. Now I'm back to like what that was honorable mention. Oh, another honorable mention is this here. It's a honey jar. I have to get my lighting together, you guys. But it's a honey jar. The spoon is not there. What's on the bottom? 1997. Let me see if I can show this sideways. 1997 THT. That's what it says on the bottom. Some of you know what THT mean. I do not. But it's cool. It's clean. I bought this with the pretense that I would use it. But truth be told, who actually takes honey out of one jar and put them in another jar? Whoever came up with that idea, I don't know about you, because maybe it was something they did back in the day, but it's hard enough for me to get all of the honey out of the squeezable little doodads I get now. Or if I buy honey in a jar, in a glass, like I try to buy it from vendor, like artisans, I have to scrape the bottom of the jar to get the honey out of it. So why would I take it out of one vessel or container to put it in this thing? I think this is cute. The spoon is missing, and some people probably decorate with them. So let me see if, there we go. Turn it around. So some people decorate with them. I thought it was very adorable, and I thought I'd buy it. Plus the price was right, so I couldn't pass it up. And again, some people may collect these. I hate there's no spoon in it though. So this is something I bought at the Restore, and it was a few days ago, because again, I was out shopping for my pedestal thingy. The other thing I picked up at the Restore, if I'm not mistaken, was this gorgeous situation here. Let me get it out of the shiny light. This says Churchill's. It's one of those tins. It's not vintage, but boy, is it beautiful. Churchill's of London Carousel is what it says. And it's caramel toffee. I'm trying to get some info here. Made in England. And it's got all kinds of other writing on the bottom. But it's so pretty. Look at those colors. It's so vibrant. Again, it's not anything vintage. It's just a beautiful tin. And it's made well. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but these little carousels or horses or horse people, they're actually raised up. Let me see if I can adjust this lighting to, there we go. See, this is raised. It's not just flat. So nice. Now this one, I said I would sell it at some point, but who knows? Because I like tins and vessels and boxes. I might keep it for myself. We'll see. If I can find something that goes in there, I might keep it, but it might be on the selling table. I'm not sure. So I found that a few days before I got all this other haul stuff. What else? So the next things I'm going to show actually came from Goodwill the day when I was shopping at all the Goodwills. Now, I'm going to start with this one because I'm not sure where I got it from. I don't remember. Oh, it was from Goodwill. Yep. But I don't remember if it was from the other day or the day when I bought those tins, because it seems to me they came from the same bag. So here's the Goodwill sticker. I wanted to show the bottom of this. Let me see if I can adjust this so you can see it. Come on, lighting. My lighting is terrible. Anyway, I'll read it. It says Majolica hand painted, excitingly, well, there's some little sticker residue here, exclusively for copyright Seymour Seymour Man Inc. And then it has the Roman numerals on the bottom. You won't be able to see it, but it's MCMXC2. So I don't know. I'll look up what year that is. But this is a beautiful, it's very light. Hand painted. It's very pretty. Very pretty. Now, what people use these for, like, if I knew what I could use something, what I can use this for, like really like use it, I would keep it and use it. That's how beautiful it is. Look at that. I'm almost sure no top was supposed to fit on there just because of the shape. And there's nothing here like to put a top. I mean, it could have been a top on here, but it doesn't seem like a top would fit on it. And it looks pretty clean. So I don't think like it was used for someone's flowers or plants or pots or anything. I just thought it was very nice. And it's definitely vintage, but how vintage it is, I can't tell you. I have to look up those Roman numerals that I just read off, but it says Majolica hand painted. It doesn't say where. And I haven't done any research on anything that I'm showing you today. I pulled them out of the bag just right before this presentation. Okay, so I have that. This is something that I bought like a few days ago as opposed to like 2 days ago. Then the other thing I bought just recently at the Goodwill when I went when I went to all those other places. This little doohickey right here. It is on the bottom. It's metal, as you can see. Now I bought this to keep for myself because I'm going to put this on my kitchen sink, like where the sink is, and I'm going to put my little scrubby things on there. The little towel, not towels, the sponge, scrub sponge, so they can be out of my way. So I'm just trying to keep everything like organized and neat. But this little sucker was so cute, and I figured it would be durable on the sink because it has this finish that looked like metal. Now, in my mind, this is metal. This had no markings on it, by the way. Let me take this tag off. It's on there really stuck really good. Yeah, so it had no nothing on the bottom. That's why I just bought it for my use. And then it's tiled with these little ceramic thingies. Look like it could be like a soap dish that somebody would put in their bathroom and just keep soap on. So I will use it, you know, sanitize it and everything, even though I've been touching it. I'll wash my hands, but I'm going to sanitize it, kind of scrub it, and like see if this little, I forgot what you call it, but anyway, make sure it gets as clean as it can get. And then I'll use it to put my soap scrubbers in there. All right. So I have this. And then again, going into my minimal lifestyle, I know for a fact that I need some salt and pepper shakers because when I'm cooking, my salt is still in the salt box. You know, the big round salt box. I used to buy the salt where I do have a salt, what do you call a grinder? And I need to put the coarse salt in there and grind it. But that's going to be separate from just like this traditional table salt. So I am not into, and this is no offense to anyone, I'm not into salt and pepper shakers. I admire people who are into that. I need salt and pepper shakers. I need the real salt and pepper shakers that I can actually use. Now, if I can't use these, I will get rid of them, but I needed a salt and pepper shaker. So I bought these and they're silver plated. They're tarnished. I don't know if you could tell. Here's the bottom. Now, I haven't seen like bottoms like that before because I have to figure out how to actually clean these without damaging them because they are actually silver plated. Now, I see one has black and one has white. So that tells me this is pepper and this is salt. Duh. This one has the finer holes in it, which telling me it's salt. And this one has less and bigger holes on top, if you can see, which tells me it's the pepper. It has IS on the bottom. I've never seen these before. So if you guys can tell me what that is, that would be great. I am so sorry that I cannot have comments. That is so weird. I have to figure that out. Anyway, so here's salt and pepper shaker, silver plated. I thought they were cute. If I can't use them, like if they're not usable as far as being clean or, able to actually, because they do have some that makes me think they're older. They have some, I don't know if you can see that, but it has that green, turning green type of thing on it. So if that's not something that I can actually use like for food grade situations and people just use them for decoration, I'm going to probably sell these. But I do have to delicately clean them and do whatever you have to do to preserve whatever patina it has left on it, and leave it that way. So salt and pepper shakers, these are cool. And then I like this kind of weird stuff. This right here, it's a set of 4, and I'll take the tape off of it. This is the scenery, which really got me. These are metal, some kind of metal something or another. And bear with me, y'all. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to find the beginning of this tape. Okay, there we go. And thank goodness the tape didn't pull off like everything. But there's 5 of them. 5 of these little metal things. Now, as I'm taking them apart, I see that they had them at 99 cents each at one point, but they were all together for 99 cents. And there's 5 of them. The graphics is really cool to me. I like this. It's colorful. It looked like a French or Paris scene or something like that. And I thought they were neat. There's no markings on the bottom or anything special. I just thought they were nice. And I like this kind of stuff. Now, trying to stay true to myself related to minimalism, I have to find a purpose for these for my own household. If I can't find a purpose for them in my own household, then they will get sold. They will get traded out, because I'm really trying to honor the fact that if I can't use it, I don't need it. Okay, so that's what's happening. But I just thought they were so cute. Somebody might want them, and I couldn't pass them up. So I have these, and there is 5 of them. Next thing I got is a sugar and creamer. Now, it's Mikasa. I used to buy Mikasa back 20, 30 years ago when I was just becoming a mother, a parent. I think I already had my daughter, my oldest daughter, and I don't know if I was vintaging or something. It wasn't brand new though. I didn't go to like a store and buy Mikasa, but I had this beautiful, I don't even know what happened to them, but it was a beautiful creamer and sugar set of Mikasa, and it was blue. It was like that blue that you guys see, and it was very nice. And I really love that set. Again, I don't even remember what happened to them. So I'm familiar with the Mikasa brand. I don't mind it. This is called Mikasa Italian Countryside. They got the item number on it, oven to dishwasher, microwave safe, and made in Malaysia. Now, technically, I do need a sugar thingy to, when I'm doing my coffee. I don't put a ton of sugar in my coffee anymore, but I still use sugar for things, tea or whatever. And then this little number is so pretty. I just like the style of it too. If you can see the detail. Again, it's a modern Mikasa piece, but it was a sugar and a creamer. And these were each 99 cents. Now, I really tried to talk to the young man at the counter, that they should have been both for 99 cents, because this one had a 99-cent tag on it and this one did not. And I was contending that they were together, like it was a set for 90, but he charged me 99 each, which is fine. But it's the same Mikasa Italian Countryside. Beautiful creamer, I think. I love the Romanesque, they say Italian countryside. It looks Greek, doesn't it? It's pretty. So I might use these, but if I don't find a really reasonable use for having a sugar and a creamer that I'm actually using, I'm going to sell these because I'm not trying to keep stuff I don't use. So I'll put that there. And don't get me wrong, there are some things that I have in a collection. Like I have, you know, we all have our thing. And I'm trying to keep that to a minimum as well. Something beautiful that I can use as a collection, but I still use it. Like if I have a trinket dish or a trinket box of some sort, I want to be able to use that trinket box. And I have a couple of them that I really like that I might sell if I don't use them. So that's the whole point. Okay. Next, I have to pull this box over here because these are things that I'm keeping. You saw when I was at the place called Bargain Center, I had these canisters that I'm going to stick rice and beans and anything that's in my pantry in. So I thought I was actually done with buying canisters, but then I show up at Goodwill, of course, and I showed you a couple things I got from there. But now I have these heavy items in this box that I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to keep most of it, and I'll let you know. Okay. These are not vintage. Oh, tape is stuck on everything. These are not vintage because, again, I bought these for myself. This is a casserole dish. Beautiful, beautiful. It's nice size. You know, I'm a single person. It is from the Pottery Barn. This is from the Pottery Barn. It's made in China. It's I think it's a casserole dish. I thought they were very nice and cute, well made. Again, it's from the Pottery Barn. So, you know, you're getting some quality. And I bought two of them. I think I paid, it's on here somewhere. Yeah, I paid up for them. Paid $4. But again, this is going into my own kitchen. At least one of them is. I have two of them. They're the same size, same style, all of that. But one stays with me and one will be sold. So that's that. And then, excuse my reach, I found these doohickeys also at Goodwill, and I paid up for them. These are so cool. Here's the bottom. If I can show you. It says GHA. I have no idea what GHA is. Get my GHA. It doesn't matter what's on the bottom because this is the perfect size of, again, some things I will be using to store. And I just like the top. You know, it has the little suction thingy on there to make everything snug, and it protects the top. But it has GHA on it. It's beautiful porcelain ceramic jar. This baby is probably 2 quarts at least, and I'm going to use it to store some things in. So, whoops, I don't want to break it, but that's that. And then I have another one, a size bigger. They were both the same price, but this one's a little bigger than that one. I was happy to find these because, again, I was telling my daughter, I went to one of the local stores in the community. I mean, it's a big grocery store. It's a chain, but it's local in some ways. And they had dry beans on sale. And of course, it's just me and my household. So I can only cook for one, or I should cook for one. And I purchased this huge bag. It was probably like, I'm going to say 5 pounds. Maybe it was more than that. But it's a huge bag of dry beans that I need a place to store them. Right now, it's in like a plastic bag that you get from the grocery store. But I'm going to, and I needed something large enough to put them. Now, once I fill this up and there's some of the beans left over, I'm going to give them to my daughter. But they'll last me for months. Like, I only cook beans a couple times a month if I cook it that often. So they need a place to be stored instead of in those plastic bags. Let me put this down gently. So that's it, guys. So I really wanted to get through my first live video. I will communicate with some of you, hopefully, when I finish this particular video, and if it's a replay, I don't know how this works when it comes to like this particular live, because I'm streaming through my computer. I don't know how it's being broadcast. I don't know why my comments were disabled. That was not my choice. But I thought I would go ahead and ask you guys to subscribe to my channel. And if there any way to comment later, if you can do that, I'm going to see if I can set it up to do that. But I appreciate you joining me. And I really enjoyed like sharing my hauls with you. I'm getting my inventory together, but eventually I'll be setting up eBay. I already sell on Marketplace. I have a couple things already listed on Facebook Marketplace. I did sign up for that Bonanza store, I think it's called. It's like a shopping place. I think I did list one thing or two things on that, but you know, everything is about energy and how much time you put into stuff. And either of those online selling particular locations, I have not put a lot of time into. I have tons of inventory. I look forward to sharing it with you, and I will be posting those things on eBay and maybe some other social media site at some point. But I want to show you the haul that I had. I was excited about the things I got. The next time I do a live and show a haul, it will be things that's already in my inventory. And I'm going to be doing an apartment tour. And I want to show some of the things that I use as I am buying some of these vintage items. Because again, by me transitioning into minimalism, when I buy something, I want to be able to enjoy it, like actually use it. So that's what I'll be talking about. That's how my channel is going to transition. My name is Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. I really appreciated sharing with you tonight. Subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and I'll figure out how we can comment on it. I'm done for the evening. Thanks again. I know it's a late night, but thanks for joining me. Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. I will see you guys on the other side.